Ready or not, here I come. Why, hello there YouTube and welcome to a Revolting review. I'm Random Ross and yes, I reviewed the first one earlier this week. So yeah, today I'm reviewing Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, or simply Ready or Not, Here I Come. So this is written by Guy Busick and R. Christopher Murphy, directed by Matt Benetti Olpin and Tyler Gillett, starring Samara Weaving, Katheryn Newton, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Sean Hatoshi, David Cronenberg and Elijah Wood. So this is set immediately after the events of Ready or Not, after Grace survives the deadly game with her in-laws, and it follows Grace as she must protect her estranged sister while hunted by 7 elite families in a high-stakes ritual to claim a seat of ultimate power. So that's the plot there. What did I like about this film? Well, I'm glad I rewatched the first movie and reviewed it beforehand, because this literally takes off from where the first film ended in 2019. So yeah, what's been about 7 years for us, God, pre-COVID, has only been seconds for Samara Weaving's character Grace. So yeah, like I say, it picks up straight after where she's smoking and help is coming, the mansion's on fire, and we follow her after that as her sister Faith, played by Katheryn Newton, is her emergency contact, and they haven't spoken for years. And yeah, they get caught up in this whole thing. They find out that they have to now play for, hide and seek again, where they're hunted by a household of the 7 elite families. And we see Sarah Michelle Gellar, who is one heir to a family whose father, played by David Cronenberg, had the seat and had to, he was on his deathbed and what have you, and basically we see Grace and Faith and the elite all have a game of cat and mouse with gory results, but then she discovers a loophole in this where, what is the loophole? I can't tell you that, you gotta watch. I want to keep this as spoiler free as possible, but yeah, we had the gory effects in there. We had some cameos too. We had that guy from Abigail, who dies very suddenly in the film. I can't remember his name now, but do excuse the sound of my tablet. I forgot to turn the sound off. What's his name? Let's see. Oh, that's it, Kevin Durand. He was in this briefly, and we even see that they're all playing to appease the demon, Mr. LaBelle, who again we do see very briefly in a glimpse, like the end of the first movie where we see him in flames sat in a chair nodding in approval. He makes another appearance like that again. But yeah, I liked Samara Weaving and Katheryn Newton. I think they definitely pulled it off as sisters, and having another protagonist in this game, felt okay. This time Grace isn't on her own, but she still has her sister to look after, and we see the dynamic between them two, how they haven't spoken in years and all of a sudden have to work together to survive, and then they do start to rebuild their relationship. I also thought Sarah Michelle Gellar was interested in this. I mean, to me, she's always going to be Buffy the Vampire Slayer. But she's made a few comebacks in recent years with the series Wolfpack, and then also making her brief cameo in the I Know What You Did Last Summer last year. And she's made a comeback to acting, and she was in this as one of the family heirs, and she plays one half of the twins. She doesn't do a dual role. It's the twin in it is Titus, played by Sean Hatoshi. Is that how you say his name? She plays the character of Ursula, and we see them as twins, so non-identical. But we even see David Cronenberg briefly. Elijah Wood. Yeah, he was a funny oddball in this one. He's only credited as the lawyer, who is a representative of LaBelle. Yeah, he's like the lawyer, kind of like the game master in a way, or the front man, if you will. And he's just very odd and bizarre. I mean, the guy's in his 40s now, yet he still has the face of his kid self. He's still recognisable because Elijah Wood is a kid actor. But yeah, he was quite funny in this and didn't do much, but I think that's what added to his character more, and his just straightforward performance I thought was pretty good from him. Then we got a Cronenberg brief role in this as well. David Cronenberg, what can he always plays a small part in films that I've seen him in, like Jason X and others. But yeah, we all know him for The Fly, The Shivers. Did he do Videodrome? But History of Violence and all that. Yeah, Cronenberg. We also are introduced to new characters as well, like family members, like their children in it, or their brothers or cousins and that. We see them in there too, who deliver some funny stuff and comic relief. We see a lot more of combustions this time, where they explode into blood and everybody gets some blood in them in this. But yeah, I can't believe it's been 7 years yet. This sequel carries straight on from this one. You could literally watch, if you ever want to have a double bill of these movies, then you can definitely watch them back to back. I imagine this will be on Disney Plus in the long run. I mean, you can get like a special preview on Disney Plus now if you got that. And the first one is available on Disney Plus. But yeah, I'd say definitely up the ante. To me, this is what a sequel should be. Sometimes sequels, they're not worth it, or not necessary, or they are an improvement, or they sometimes breathe new life into a franchise. And I think, this one was a good sequel. And they could even end it there, just after 2 movies. Are there any plans for a third movie? I don't know. Should there be a third film, given how it ended and that? I don't know. But if they want to end it there, then that is a good way to end it. If we do get a third film, then let's just have it a trilogy, okay? But what else can you take away from that whole thing with hide and seek? There's Ready or Not, then there's Ready or Not, Here I Come. Could we get a Ready or Not 3? I don't know yet. I don't know, but probably see how this one's been doing. But yeah, like I say, Samara Weaving, she's no stranger to horror. She's been in, she was in a couple episodes of Ash vs. Evil Dead. She was in The Babysitter. So she's definitely made her mark in horror as a scream queen. So has Katheryn Newton with some of the horrors she's been in, like Freaky, Freaky, I might say Radio Not too much we're on about, Lisa Frankenstein and Paranormal Activity 4. Was she in that? I think she wasn't she? In Paranormal Activity 4. Yeah. So, yeah, I thought this was a fun sequel. Didn't run for 2 hours, which I kind of liked, that it wasn't a 2-hour movie. They didn't need to have it that long anyway. It ran as fine as it was, about 1 hour and 47 minutes, so just under 2 hours, but still a good enough run for me. And it was just a fun film to switch your brain off to. Just sit back, enjoy it, have some popcorn, have like a nice kind of drink, like a beverage, like a pop or something, or a bottle of water or whatever, and just be entertained by this one. But yeah, Ready or Not to Here I Come, it was fun. they had to say up the game, because this time they weren't just confined to a mansion. They, were confined to a big casino resort where there were a golf course and stuff, and hotel and what have you. Yeah, it had some dark, humorous moments, and like I say, fun watch. I enjoyed it. So yeah, I think I've said all I need to say. Any dislikes? Not really. It pretty much picked up the pace pretty quick. As I said, it carried on straight after the events of the first movie. So yeah, what am I going to rate this one? I will give it, I had a ball with it. I'll probably give it, I'll give it 4 stabs out of 5, I think. 4 stabs out of 5 for Ready or Not 2. So there you go. There is my review for that one. Have you seen it? Let me know what you think down below in the comments. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, share with your friends, and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. I've been Random Ross. This has been a Revolting review. And until next time, don't have nightmares.